What happens when Earth loses every drop of water? Hour 1. Mass panic and immediate hoarding. Within the first hour of global water systems failing, panic spreads across every major city as taps run dry and bottled water disappears from store shelves. Desperate families storm grocery stores, pharmacies, and gas stations, fighting over every last bottle, while governments scramble to understand the scope of the crisis. But it's already too late to prevent the social collapse that follows. Hour 6. Healthcare systems begin catastrophic collapse. After 6 hours without water, hospitals across the globe face an impossible choice as dialysis machines shut down, surgical procedures halt, and basic sanitation becomes impossible. Patients requiring kidney treatment begin dying within hours, while medical staff abandon their posts to search for water for their own families, leaving the sick and injured to suffer without care. Hour 12. Agricultural devastation triggers food chain collapse. Half a day into the crisis, livestock begin dying en masse as farms lose irrigation systems and animals go without water in scorching heat. Crops wither in fields, while dairy production stops completely, and food processing plants shut down without water for cleaning and production, setting the stage for global famine within days. Day 2. Nuclear power plants face meltdown crisis. 48 hours after water systems fail, nuclear reactors worldwide begin overheating as cooling systems fail and backup water reserves run dangerously low. Plant operators face the horrifying decision to either attempt dangerous manual cooling procedures or evacuate, potentially leaving dozens of nuclear facilities to melt down and contaminate vast regions with radiation. Day 3. Human bodies begin systematic shutdown. 3 days without water pushes the human body past its breaking point as severe dehydration causes organs to begin shutting down and blood pressure to drop dangerously low. Children and elderly people start dying in massive numbers, while survivors experience hallucinations, kidney failure, and violent seizures as their bodies desperately try to conserve every drop of remaining moisture. Day 5. Infrastructure collapses under desperate measure. 5 days into the crisis, desperate governments begin draining swimming pools, breaking open fire hydrants, and even pumping sewage water for emergency distribution. Power grids fail as hydroelectric plants shut down and coal plants can't operate without cooling water, plunging entire continents into darkness while people resort to drinking contaminated water that spreads deadly diseases. Week 2. Ecosystem collapse accelerates mass extinctions. 2 weeks without rain or functioning water systems, rivers and lakes dry up completely, triggering the fastest mass extinction event in Earth's history. Fish populations die off entirely, forests burst into uncontrollable wildfires, and soil turns to dust, creating massive dust storms that choke the few remaining survivors while destroying any hope of agricultural recovery. Week 3. Survivors resort to cannibalism and violence. 3 weeks into the global drought, the few remaining survivors form violent gangs that raid abandoned cities, searching for any remaining canned goods or water sources. Desperate hunger drives people to unspeakable acts as they prey on the weak and dying, while society's last remnants dissolve into brutal tribalism focused solely on survival at any cost. Month 2. Atmospheric changes create permanent desert. 2 months after the world goes dry, the lack of water vapor in the atmosphere creates a devastating feedback loop where temperatures soar beyond human tolerance during the day and plummet at night. The planet's weather systems collapse entirely, turning Earth into a barren desert where dust storms rage continuously, and the remaining survivors huddle in underground shelters, slowly starving to death. Month 6. Final human settlements face extinction. 6 months after the last drop of water disappeared, the final human settlements built around deep underground wells begin to fail, as even groundwater reserves run dry. The last few thousand survivors, living in sealed bunkers and caves, face the inevitable reality that Earth has become uninhabitable, with no plant life, no animal life, and no hope of recovery for thousands of years. The Water Crisis 2025 isn't science fiction, it's our approaching reality. What happens if the world runs out of water affects every living thing on Earth. From deadly droughts devastating ecosystems to the catastrophic impact of drought on humans and animals, water scarcity threatens civilization itself. Climate change and drought create a perfect storm leading to day zero water crisis scenarios worldwide. But there's hope. Water scarcity solutions exist if we act now. Understanding drought effects and water shortage consequences empowers us to prevent a world without water. The global water shortage demands immediate action. Our survival depends on it.